What up, everyone? I'm Can't Stop LA. Today we're gonna do an explained and review on the Haro 78 three-piece cranks. Like always, if you're watching this video on one of our social platforms and you're not on YouTube, head over to YouTube because we're giving away some free stuff from Stranger and giving away a free bicycle. So hang tight because later on in the video we'll tell you how to subscribe to our channel, like this video, turn on your notification bells, and comment to win some free stuff. So later on this video we'll tell you all the rules and what you're gonna get. So yeah, let's get to it. So I know a lot of people are looking for three-piece cranks and stuff like that, and it's always hard to decide if they should buy like a certain pair of cranks or anything like that. And I'm here to help you out, and we're showcasing these Haro 78 three-piece cranks. So what I like to do straight off the bat is usually kind of give you the aesthetics of them and kind of what you see, because that's usually our quickest way of communicating and to get information from the world. So straight off the bat, this cranks right here, they come in black, which is super popular. Another thing is that they have a little bit different style than I've seen on a lot of other cranks. I see a lot of other cranks and they kind of have like a screen printing on them or like a laser printing on them. These ones are a little bit different because when you have like laser printing on them or screen printing and stuff like that, your actual foot and rubs on the crank arm and eventually like rubs this thing raw. So there's just like metal on it. What Haro's done is they've actually CNC'd their logo on here. So if you take a look at it, I'm gonna try to, spin it around, but yeah, see how it says Haro Bike 78 right there? That's actually machined into the metal, and you can kind of see it engraved in there. So if your leg is rubbing up against this, then it's gonna actually stay there, and it might even actually look cool because they have like black paint inside there and then be raw. So if you're wanting something to kind of show off, hey, this is what brand I love and this is what I'm stocking, or this is what I'm riding, then definitely take a look at these. If you're like a mom and dad or a beginner at BMX and you want to know what cranks are and what three-piece cranks are, three-piece cranks are pretty much a stronger, heavier duty style crank system for your bike. So there's like one-piece cranks, which is like one metal bar that comes all the way across, and you kind of got to snake it through into your bottom bracket, which is the housing on your frame that holds all the bearings for your pedal arms. So those are one-piece cranks. What happens with those things is they're just like a bar of metal. So doing jumps and landing flat and overshooting jumps or bailing, when you land on your cranks, it ends up bending the crank arms, down like so. And then when it spins up to the other way around, it makes it real hard to pedal, and your actual pedals kind of get stuck. So it's not very good for BMXing or anything like that because it makes it hard to pedal. If you got a bike, you got pedals, it helps you ride your bike. So that's not good. So the three-piece cranks are a heavier duty version of that. So what they do is they usually have a big heavy-duty arm, and then they usually have a heavy-duty spindle that runs through the cranks, similar to this. So this is a lot bigger material. It's a lot stronger than the one-piece cranks, and it allows you to put some steel bearings into your cranks so that they ride smoother, less maintenance, stuff like that. So yeah, let's go kind of back to the arms and stuff like that. These are real similar to most crank arms. They got like a tubular shape to them, and these ones are a little bit different than a lot of the other cranks that I see, and a lot of people can't really tell with pictures and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing this video for. If you zoom in and look at this crank arm is actually like tapered, and then it extremely tapers fat, and it makes a really big tube right here, and it allows these crank arms to be slightly stronger. Another thing is that go help him out. Let's see what he wants to help him out. That's my little guy. He's trying to get into the room, whatever, when we're filming a video. But my son's here to help me go help him out and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's kind of what's going on with these cranks. Another thing is on the pedal arm. are the pedal boss. This is the pedal boss. This is where the actual pedals go into. These are a different size than the one-piece cranks. One-piece have a 1/2 inch bolt thread on here, and most 3-piece cranks come with the 9/16. The benefits from that is that the spindle's a little bit larger, and it allows the pedals to be a little bit stronger. When you have a little bit smaller spindle, the spindle could bend, and it just makes it feel weird when you're riding your bike, kind of like your foot. Instead of going in a perfect circle like this, it's kind of like wobbling like a bent wheel. So having that makes it a lot better, and just makes it stronger in general. Also too, I noticed they got some pretty good beaded welds on it. So I'll show you kind of on the other side. So look at those welds. They're pretty uniform and stuff like that. So you know they're going to be super tough. 2 pieces of metal. There's a pedal boss, and then they've wrapped this tubing around it and actually weld it and grind it down smooth, so it actually looks pretty dope and makes it a little bit stronger. Also, another feature on it is that it's got like this pinch bolt on the back side. So once you suck down your cranks and you pull into the bearings, it has this bolt right here to pinch down onto the spindle so that your crank arms do not come loose. So that's super cool. Let's go on these ones. These come in right-hand drive compatible only. They don't come left or right-hand drive. These ones are just left-hand drive. So this is a right-hand drive one. It's got a crank bolt hole for your sprocket. So it's got this little bolt right here. A cool thing that I noticed about this bolt is that it's machined off right here a little bit different. So if you put these on American bottom bracket, that bottom bracket's a little bit bigger. This bolt will actually clear the bottom bracket and not actually rub, making your cranks spin really slow. So that just threads right in here, bottom it out, and it's also got some thread lock right there so that this thing doesn't back out and hit your bottom bracket and make your sprocket kind of wobbly. So I think that's super cool. Another thing is that these only come in a 175 millimeter length. So center to center here is the length of it. This one's 175 millimeters, and based off of what cranks you want to use, you can make it shorter or longer or whatever you prefer. 175 is one of the most common sizes. A lot of people are going a little bit smaller and stuff like that. So if you're trying to do that, I would stay away from these cranks. These are also powder coated, so they have a really nice gloss coat on here. They're really heavy duty. Powder coating is pretty much a plastic based paint, and they actually connect connect this with electricity to it, and they electrify this metal, and then they have another sprayer, and they spray the actual material, and what it does is it puts a powder residue on it, and then they take these and they stick them in an oven, and then they bake them, and then the paint turns into a plastic coating. And what that does is it makes it really strong against, definitely against scratching and wearing down. So if you're looking for some heavy duty paint, this is definitely it. It's not rattle cran or anything like that. So very cool. If you're wondering what powder coating is, it's what a lot of industrial construction companies use on their tools and different stuff like that. A lot of scaffolding and stuff like that gets thrown in trucks. Got boards thrown on them is usually powder coated. So this stuff's a hold up because if scaffolding could hold up, or the paint could hold up on a scaffolding, then it'll work on your cranks. So let's go down to the spindle. So this is a spindle. This is actually what slides inside your frame into the bearings, and this is what helps your crank spin. So this one comes in a 19 millimeter or 7/8 size spindle, and it's got 8 slots to slide these crank arms on, and they kind of go like so. These cranks fit on any frame. You basically have to get your bottom bracket, which is the bearings for the cranks, to fit your frame. So there's multiple sizes. There's I would say there's Euro, which is like a threaded in bottom bracket. So they have threads in the frame, and you thread the bottom bracket in there. They also got a Spanish bottom bracket, which is like a sealed bearing, and it's a little bit bigger, or actually a little bit smaller than mid bearing. Those come on a lot of like bikes like Fly. A lot of European companies, did it back in the day. A lot of people have gone away from it, pretty much non-existent now. But there's Spanish bottom bracket, and then there's American, which is on the traditional frames. It's a large bottom bracket, and it usually has aluminum cup, and then has sealed bearings stuffed inside of it. Those ones are also American bottom brackets are for like one-piece cranks. So if you're running one-piece cranks, you definitely have American bottom bracket. And then they got mid-bottom bracket, which is pretty much like the original American bottom bracket with like a profile style bolt in there for 19mm spindle, but it's literally just without the aluminum cup, and it's just bearings pushed into the frame. So I think that's one of the best styled bearings for the size and everything like that. So if you're wondering what bottom bracket to ride or what frame to buy to make it the strongest, I would suggest a frame with a mid-bottom bracket. Because it's easy to put together. It comes with one of the strongest bearings, even if you run a 24, a 22, or a 19mm spindle. But this one's 19, so make sure you buy whatever bottom bracket size that you got with a 19mm spindle hole. So very, very cool. Let's see. This thing comes with the 2 crank arms. It comes with 2 crank arm bolts. It comes with the sprocket bolt, and then it comes with 2 spindle bolts. These spindle bolts are pretty cool because they sit a little more flush than most of the other bolts. They have a 8mm, or actually 6mm bolt right here. This one on the side is a 6mm, and this one's all 6mm. So if you're using, certain Allen wrenches use a metric one, and yeah, those kind of fit on here. If you're wondering like what style of riding you should be riding with these and stuff like that, if you're a beginner or you got one-piece cranks, I would suggest a crank system like this. This one retails for $69.95. If you've had a stock bike and you've broken the cranks and you plan on shredding and riding real tough, and you think you're going to be jumping and stuff like that, I would suggest upgrading to something in the about $130 price range on up. If you're breaking cranks or you're messing them up. If you're just trying to buy a crank system that's just slightly a little bit stronger, or you have like one-piece cranks and you're trying to upgrade those, these are a perfect crank system to upgrade from those. But if you're breaking cranks, I would definitely steer you away from this because it's just going to keep happening and you're kind of going to end up wasting your money. If you're trying to just get cranks for show and you're just trying to cruise around the beach or just have fun, then definitely pick up these because they tend to be a little bit stronger and stiffer than most cranks on the market. So these ones you could ride street with them, you could ride park, dirt, anything like that. If you're a beginner rider, definitely get something like this. If you're intermediate and you're trying to get something that's going to last you to your pro, I would say go up to something about 130. If you're a pro or trying to venture to be a pro or a sponsored rider or something like that, I would definitely suggest buying a crank system at least $150 on up, and that's without like the bearings or anything like that. So those ones are just going to be stronger and they're going to last you a lot longer. A lot of those ones have warranty and stuff like this. These ones actually have a 1-year warranty through Stack BMX. So if you're looking to buy them, check out our website, stackbmx.com, and pick up a set. But yeah, I think I hit everything on the head. But I don't know, maybe I missed something, maybe something's in your mind and I didn't actually touch on that situation. If I did that, just leave me a comment below. Let me know, hey, I want to know this, and I'll shoot you a comment back and try to help you out and guide you to the right place and save you a little bit of money and keep you from buying parts after parts after parts. So yeah, cool. Well, we hope that helped you guys out. Hope that gave you a little bit more insight about the Haro 78 cranks, and hopefully you ride these or helps you buy the correct cranks for you. So yeah, like earlier we told you guys that we're going to give away a free parts package and a free bike. So all you got to do is head over to our YouTube channel. If you're on one of our other social medias, make sure you subscribe to our channel, like this video, turn on your notification bells, and then comment on this video. Tell us what you like about this video, what you don't like about this video, what other products you want to see, what other how-tos you want to see, and just anything that's in your mind to help make this YouTube channel better. But do that, and at 2,500 subscribers, which we already hit, so any day now, we're going to give away a free parts package with 2 Stranger tires, a pair of Stranger grips, and a Stranger seat. Just do those things, and that'll enter you to this contest. At 5,000 subscribers, which we're not too far away from, we're going to give away a free bike. So help share this video and stuff like that, and we can give away that bike to some lucky rider. But yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you very much for watching our YouTube channel. Thanks for checking out Can't Stop LA and stackbmx.com. If you want to check us out on our social media, if you're watching this on YouTube or some other one, check us out on Instagram at stackbmxshop. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/stackedbmx. And if you're on one of our social medias and you're trying to check out our YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/stackedbmx. Once again, thank you very much for supporting Stacked BMX. I'm Can't Stop LA. We hope you had a good day and hope this helped you out. Well, peace out. We'll see you next time.